A lot of our homeowners look at it and go, I want to do this roof once. I don't want to replace it when the next hailstorm comes through. I want to have very, very little maintenance, if any. And so it just comes down to a return on the investment. So they do the roof once. I call it a generational roof.
Let's talk about cost. I tell people that an average asphalt shingle roof in the Denver metro area costs around $20,000. What would people be looking at for a Brava?
I would say you're probably looking about 3x on that.
About $60,000 probably.
Correct, yeah.
For a Brava roof. Hey everyone, today we are here with Chris Day. Chris is the rep from Brava Roof Tiles.
Correct.
Chris, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you again.
Absolutely. Good seeing you. Brava Roof Tiles, polymer modified roofing tile.
It is, yeah. It's a recycled polymer base, and we're doing a mix of high density and low density polyethylene in it. And that's how our base formula for it.
And one of the things, there's a number of things that we're going to cover that I really like about Brava Roof Tiles. The first is that it's so bulletproof for hail. Have you ever seen one of these totaled by hail?
I've never seen one, but I heard of one down in Austin where it was so big it blew all the way through into like somebody's piano.
So he's heard of one. Unlike the Colorado and Wyoming areas where we work in, where not only do we know lots of people that have had hail damage, but many of us have had hail damaged roofs ourselves. Underwriters Laboratory, they have the test that goes from 1 to 4, 4 being the most hail resistant. I think that if they had upgraded tests, the Brava wouldn't only pass a 5. I think it would pass a 6 because This stuff, it's about as bulletproof as any product that I know about.
Yeah. I mean, we had that big storm in Colorado Springs 7-8 years ago that took out everybody's stuff. We came in, put a bunch of Brava into that neighborhood. 2 years later, a lighter storm came in. We didn't lose a single roof, but then we came back in and replaced our competitors' roofs.
And that storm that Chris is talking about, it totaled many tile roofs in the Broadmoor area. So when he says that his product stood up to the hail, he's really making a good statement there. So one of the things that I really like about this product, Chris, is it just doesn't seem to fade. And I've been in this a long time, and I've seen many modified polymer roofs, and they've faded over the years. Many of the gray ones, all of a sudden they turn white. Correct. What are you guys doing with this product right here to make it so it doesn't fade?
The difference that we're doing is one, we're using mineral pigments, the same kind of stuff used in high-end clay tile. And that allows us to make our product in what's called a compression molding style. So we do that. So better pigments to start with. And then 2, because we're in Colorado at a higher altitude, we do a high UV package for anything above 4,000 feet, which makes it so when you take it up to the mountains, 10,000 feet, whatever, that gives us the ability to honor our 10-year fade warranty.
That is so important with our high ultraviolet environment here in Colorado. So you mentioned the mountains. Let's talk about the fire standards that are now the code in Colorado that says if you live in certain high fire areas, your roof has to be Class A fire rated. Does the Brava meet that Class A fire rating?
Correct. What we call it is a Class A assembly. So we use special underlayments under the Brava to give it that Class A WUI rating.
The WUI is the Wildlife Urban Interface Rules that we're talking about, the fire standards here in Colorado.
Correct. So we do that. And then also part of that is the ICC rating, International Code Council. So we have ICC approval, we have WUI approval, Miami-Dade approval, Texas Department of Insurance approval, so all those things.
That Miami-Dade that he mentioned briefly, that's one of the highest standards in the entire United States. So that's a very important one. Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about the mountains. Let's talk about snow. If I put one of these Bravas on, and I tell you what, this looks so close to a cedar shake, which is what many homes were designed in Colorado to have, especially the mountains. Is snow retention going to be a concern?
It is always best practice to discuss it and take a look at it. Because it is a polymer-based product, it's not going to absorb water at all, so you don't get that frost adhesion. So anytime you're doing something in the hills, you should take a look at snow retention just for best practice.
Okay, and I completely agree with that. If I'm going to do this roof, I'm going to recommend to the homeowner, number one, we put some snow retention anywhere where snow can fall on people or snow can fall on vehicles. It's extremely important. There's a number of people that are killed every year in the United States because of snow falling off roofs. We Googled it just because we were curious. curious, there's 27 people a year killed in the United States because of snow falling off roofs. So this is a real concern. You want to make sure that you have snow retention or snow fences if there's any areas where this potentially could be a hazard for the people below. What other details, if a customer is considering a high-end roof, if they say they don't want a roof that's ever going to get totaled again by hail, I don't want it to fade out, I want it to look like shake, I know Brava's going to be what I would recommend. What would you add to that?
I would say the return on the investment is part of it, is that you're going to have, obviously we're going to be a little more expensive than a typical roof. A lot of our homeowners look at it and go, I want to do this roof once. I don't want to replace it when the next hailstorm comes through. I want to have very, very little maintenance, if any. And so it just comes down to a return on the investment. So they do the roof once. I call it a generational roof.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So this is really where the rubber meets the road, Chris.
Yeah.
Let's talk about cost. So I tell people that an average asphalt shingle roof in the Denver metro area costs around $20,000. For this average roof that costs $20,000 for an asphalt shingle, what would people be looking at for a Brava?
I would say you're probably looking about 3x on that.
About $60,000 probably.
Correct. Yeah.
For a Brava roof.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about long-term costs and life expectancy. So what do you think that this Brava, how long do you think it'll last?
We warranty it for 50 years. We have some testing machinery back at our place in Iowa that we put it into an accelerated aging not a laboratory, but a machine that basically blasts with UV, blasts with other things. We now just picked up a second machine that also does the same thing. So we have done it in a way that we believe it's going to last for 50 years.
As we talk about life cycles, this roof should last 60 years. A typical asphalt shingle, if there's no hail, you're pretty much lucky to get 20 years out of it.
Yes.
So we would be looking at replacing an asphalt roof 3 times, and that's without accounting for inflation, is what it would cost for a Brava.
Correct.
The thing that I really think is important in this analogy is the chances of an asphalt shingle roof anywhere from Pueblo to Fort Collins and up into Wyoming, Casper and Sheridan, Wyoming, the chances of that roof getting totaled by hail within 20 years is probably maybe let's call it a 1 in 20 chance. And
yeah.
I don't think this roof would ever get totaled.
No, and I'd say that asphalt roof would probably get totaled twice in that time span.
In the Denver metro area, that what Chris just said is exactly right. We have customers that have used us anywhere from 2 to 5 times in the last 33 years that we've been in business.
Yes.
But the unfortunate part about it, and the other part of the equation, is deductibles.
Yes.
And you're a manufacturer's rep. This is more my wheelhouse. But the deductibles are getting so expensive. One thing I like about the Brava, you as a homeowner could get a deductible that could be as high as $20,000, even $30,000. I would be comfortable with that. Not only just because I'm a roofer, but I know that my roof probably isn't going to get totaled unless I've got grapefruit size hail or bigger.
Yeah, yeah.
And at that point, we've got bigger problems to do. How much does the Brava roof weigh? Mm-hmm. And does my house need structural reinforcement to put a Brava roof on it?
It does not. A standard Brava install is going to weigh between our shake, slate, Spanish, about 300 pounds a square. And because specifically our shake doesn't absorb any water like a real wood shake roof would, you don't have to worry about that messing with the engineering or having to have any kind of a structural reinforcement taking place.
A typical asphalt roof, it's going to weigh somewhere between 220 to 300 pounds per square. A concrete tile roof is generally going to be about 1,000 pounds per square. So that's definitely in the area where you need a structural engineer. The fact that this only weighs 300 pounds a square, that's great.
Really good. It works on any home.
Does my Brava roof require any maintenance whatsoever?
It doesn't. It doesn't have to be resealed like a classic cedar shake roof would. It's maintenance free for the most part. I mean, unless pine needles or dust or whatever have to be blown off it, that's really about it.
Chris mentioned there about resealing a cedar shake roof. That's something in years gone by that was done. Now you see those commercials for the Roof Max sealer stuff. Everybody, this is a scam. Don't do it. Don't throw that good money after bad. You do not want to pay for any kind of asphalt shingle roof sealant scam. Don't do it. Is the Brava eco-friendly, and is it recyclable if it would have to be replaced?
It is. We start with a recycled polymer base, and then we create the product in a way that if it is at the end of its lifespan, needs to be removed and replaced, you can take it, send it back, shred it up, and use it in a new product.
Does my Class 4 hail impact rated Brava roof qualify for a discount?
It does. Depending on the insurance company, you can. They all have different discounts available for a Class 4 roofing product. The nice part about the Class 4 too is we're now getting the local building codes dictating a Class 4 because they're tired of their landfills filling up with subpar materials.
Trash.
Yeah.
In Fort Collins and areas like Berthoud, they are now looking at Class 4 roofs only. And so, yes, a product like this does qualify, and you would be able to install it if you live in that Fort Collins area. Okay, we'd like to give you a summary of the Brava Roof Tiles. They are Class A fire rated, correct?
Correct.
Hopefully will never fade.
Correct.
These things are almost bomb-proof against any size hail, just about, right?
Yep.
Grapefruit size and smaller.
Yep.
The snow may slide off of them. You want to put some snow protection on them?
Yep.
They'll probably last every bit of 60 years.
Yes.
So this is a great roofing product. If the Brava Roof Tiles are within your affordability range, you should take a serious look at Brava Roof Tiles. Chris, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very
today.
much. You have
Look
a good
forward
day.
to talking with you.
Yeah.
We look forward to working with you on all of your roofing projects. Thanks for watching.